Hey YouTube, it's Nerdy Pastor here, bringing you another board game review. Today's board game is going to be one that is a little hard to find. Not a lot of people talk about it. I certainly don't see a lot happening with this board game around, and that is the Faceless. This was a Kickstarter board game. A lot of people never really even heard of it. I saw a review a long time ago, and I thought the mechanics looked really cool, and so I searched for it, found it, bought it, and I want to show you guys what I think of the game, a little bit how it plays, but stick around and I'll tell you what I think. Ethan is missing. All that's left of him is a backpack with a journal and a strange compass that constantly points in a mysterious direction. Reading his journal, the kids from Elm Street find a few sentences hastily scribbled by Ethan himself, describing an evil being that feeds on the innocence of children. He calls the creature Billy Goat. The compass apparently leads to a hollow log in the woods, taking the Elm Street clan to the world of that fearsome monster. The last entry in the journal is written in shaking letters and sends a chill down the children's spines. If I should disappear, look for me there. Find my memories and help me escape from the dusk world before Billy Goat turns me into another Faceless. Alright, so here's a quick overview of the game. I'm not going to go over every single rule, just to give you a gist of how it plays. So this is the game board here. We have our characters here, represented by this compass. We have a bad guy here, Billy Goat, and we have three figures around the board that are to represent the children searching for Ethan. So on your turn, you have three actions. You have one that's walk, where you decide to play a card and move that many spaces. So the cards, it's hard to say, but they're different colors. This one is purple, red, green, and blue. Each one represents something different. The blue card represents the blue figure here. The green figure. We also have a yellow card that I did not have in my hand that represents the yellow figure. The red represents the Billy Goat, and the purple is pretty much just a wild. So on your turn, you can take the walk action, which is playing one of these colorful cards and taking the action associated with that card. So let's say we played the green card. Now it's got a 3 on here. So what you do when you play a card first is if it's green, you get to move the green figure any number of spaces you'd like around the outer side of the board. So play a green card. I put it over here in the discard pile, so-called discard pile. It comes into play later. I'll show you how that works. But play the green card, and I'll move this green guy, and then I can rotate it, which by rotating changes the compass, because in each one of these figures there's a magnet. And so rotating this figure, I actually rotate this compass a little bit. And it's all about where the compass is pointing is where your party will ultimately head in that direction. So like I said, each card has a specific action. The green card lets you move the green figure, and it has a 3 space on it. So I moved the green figure move the green figure as many spaces as I want, and you can rotate them as much as you want just to get the exact positioning you'd like. Once that's done, you'll look at the compass and you'll travel that number of spaces that was on the card. So it was 3. So I need to move it 3. 1. And as I move it, the magnets around the board manipulate the compass so it could change direction when you're moving the compass. 2, 3. So I'm right next to that monster, or the billy goat. And there's 2 ways, or 3 ways this game can end. One is if you run into an obstacle, which you can maneuver around an obstacle using different powers. I'll show you in a little bit. But the second way is running into the billy goat. And the third way is collecting each one of these tokens. Once you collect all the tokens, you'll win the game. But it's really hard because manipulating the magnet takes a little bit of getting used to. So that was the movement of 3. Just to show you a movement. And so that was the green card. And the yellow works the same way. Blue works the same way. The red is moving the billy goat. So playing a red card, you actually move the billy goat only 1 space in any direction you'd like. And you can also manipulate the figure just like I showed you with the green figure. And then you'll move the number of spaces printed for your party, the compass. And so that's the walk, pretty much movement. The purple card is a wild card. You can move as many spaces as printed on the card, not caring what the direction of the compass is pointed. That's the wild aspect of that card. So each one of these tokens, once you collect them, will go over here depending on what is shown on the back. Each one has a certain power that once per game you can use it. And once you use it, you can't use it again. But those powers are really cool. I'll explain each one of them in a little bit. So the second action you can take is called a rest action. A rest action is not moving at all, but drawing more cards to get it back up to your hand limit, which is 3. And so when you draw a card, you actually draw from the discard pile that you've been playing. So you'll draw the bottom card if you see a card you'd like. I want to go this way, or I want to do a special ability of this card. Just take that card. That is the rest action. The third and final action you can do is trade. You can trade any card in your hand with another card from another player. There's just 3 actions of the game, and that's it. It's really simple. At the end of the turn, you'll actually draw another card. And each one you draw is actually a different action for the end of the round. So the purple card, I just drew a purple card. For every purple card on the display, move the team 1 space in the direction shown by the compass red needle. And so, as many cards as on the discard pile that you've already discarded, you'll move the compass, or you'll move your party the number of spaces the compass is showing. So I'm going to tell you the rest of the color cards and what they do. If you draw a red card, for every red card on the display's red column, move Billy Goat 1 space toward the team and turn it so that it faces the compass. The green card is for every pair of green cards in the display's green column, a different player must discard 1 card from their hand. Start from the current player and proceed clockwise. The yellow is for every pair of yellow cards on the display's yellow column, choose a different faceless and rotate it 180 degrees without altering its position. And the faceless are the figures I was talking about. For every pair, if you draw a blue card, for every pair of blue cards on the display's blue column, reveal a card from the event deck and add it to the threats display. So if you draw a blue card, it could really ramp up. And that's basically the game. Let me show you about the special powers, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the game. So these are the special actions column. The first 5 are basically not that special, but could be helpful if you're in a pickle. But the first one is you can move Billy Goat's figure as if you just played a red card. The second one is you move the yellow figure as if you just played a yellow card. The third one is you move the green figure as if you just played a green card. The next one, you guessed it, is you move the blue figure as if you just played a blue card. And the next one is move the team in any direction by 1 space if you had just like you just had played a purple card. Now, last 3 are the more interesting ones. This one is you choose a player. That player draws cards from the threats display until they are back exactly to 3. This next one is you discard up to 2 cards from the threats display. That's the discard pile I was talking about. Always pick them up starting from the bottom of the columns. So this could help you get rid of some of the cards that you really are afraid that you're going to draw again. This last one is you move an obstacle to another free space. Make sure to respect the rules of the setup for placing obstacles. So if you're about to run into an obstacle, or just an obstacle is getting in your way that you really need this coin, but you just can't get around the obstacle, you can use that power to move it. So that's Faceless. It is a little dark, but I do enjoy this game. I enjoy the magnets. I mean, I haven't seen a board game. I know there are probably a few out there that deal with magnets, but never really seen one in a way that this board game takes it. I really enjoy the puzzle aspect of, okay, if I move this figure here, rotate it this way, maybe the compass will point more towards it. What's interesting is the Billy Goat stays in the board, and the Billy Goat has the strongest magnet, which I find really hard to take advantage of because most of the cards make you move the outside figures. And so the outside figures don't have as strong of a pull to the magnet that the Billy Goat does. So that's an interesting concept I really enjoy. So this game, like I said, it is hard to find, but I really do recommend it from the point that you don't really see a lot of games like this. I like the variety of the game. I failed to mention that there are different kids that you can play with, and that they offer different powers of themselves. They're really minor. They don't, like, not one of them like is really OP or anything like that, but they just give you a little bit of boost, little help out. Another variety of this game is the booklet comes with a different setups, different scenarios that you can set the board game up and play through. It's got some special rules with these different scenarios, but it's just another variety of the game. Another point in this game that brings in a lot of variety is it comes with expansions. I believe that the non-Kickstarter comes with these. I looked on their page and it didn't say that these expansions were Kickstarter exclusives. So if you're not able to find the Kickstarter version, it should be included. But there's 12 different expansions that you can add to the game. What I find interesting is on each expansion explanation, it says, okay, after 4 plays, you can introduce this. Or after 6 plays, you can introduce this one. I really enjoy that. Like, okay, you need to really learn the game and how to manipulate the magnets before you add more difficult things. And not just, first game, add everything. No, you really need to learn the game and how how well to maneuver the compass to benefit yourself. And one more variety thing that this game adds is there's a fog token which you place on the compass. And I haven't really read a whole lot about it, but it's nightmare mode because you don't really know what direction you're manipulating the compass. So when you play a card, you manipulate a person, and then you check to see which direction, and it's impossible for me right now because I've only played this game a couple times. But this is Faceless. I recommend it. Check it out if you can. I just wanted to offer my thoughts because there's not a lot of reviews or things out there about this game. And so you don't have to blindly buy it just hoping that it's a good game. I think it's a good game. It adds a lot of variety to your collection, I think, because you pull this out and it's be like, hey guys, we're going to play a game and it's about magnets. It's like, what? Board game with the magnets? That's silly. But you pull this out and it's like, whoa, that's really cool how you can do this, and that. So check it out. Leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content. And as always, stay nerdy.